What's up, guys? And we're back for week 5. For week 5, we're taking on the Chosen One. The Chosen One is already off to a hot start right here. He has Baker Mayfield this week. I thought about grabbing, and I should have, man. I thought about grabbing Kirk Cousins, and I didn't grab him. He went off for like 50 points or something like that. That was a really good game. But yeah, Baker's Mayfield, he's already off. He's already taken off. I got Dak Prescott. I got a couple other guys on the bench that I'm thinking about starting. Maybe Joe Flacco if he does start against Jacksonville. Jacksonville has been letting off a couple of points. Geno's been going off, man. Quietly, silently. Nobody's talking about Geno, but Geno's been going off. He has a couple of points back there that are definitely going to be... I'm definitely going to be a little mad, a little sad if I play Dak and Geno comes out with that win, man, and he comes out looking like he has. He's been averaging 20 points, so it's really cool right there. We see what we got going on. Right now we got Harrison versus Waddle, New England versus San Francisco. I'm guessing Waddle's gonna take that one, but Harrison is playing against San Francisco. He might be the only option if Trey McBird is still down. Also, DJ Moore is playing against Carolina, so I'm guessing like he got to go off, man. He got his first touchdown last week, but I think that he might be heading for a great week this week. He might have 1 or 2 touchdowns, I want to say, against the Carolina Panthers defense. That's a defense that has been letting a couple of scores there, so I'm hoping that he has a good game. Let's see who else we have here. Cooper versus Washington. Cooper might be a only option for Washington right there. So Cooper's a really good option. I don't know if Njoku's back, but if Njoku's not back, I'm definitely playing Amari Cooper right there. And I'm keeping Amari Cooper for the long run, man. I'm keeping him for the long run. Why? Because Amari Cooper might get traded. And if he gets traded and he ends up going to like the Chiefs, or imagine Amari Cooper and the Chiefs, bro. If they click, oh man, Amari Cooper deserves that. But if he does end up in the Cowboys, then I mean CeeDee Lamb on the other side, Amari on one side, and then you got a little quick slot. Man, Amari Cooper might be destined for great things if he does end up going on a trade. I got Derrick Henry, man. I'm not even going to say too much about Derrick Henry. He's going up against Cincinnati. He's averaged 30 points the last 2 weeks, so I mean, come on, man. But Zach Moss on the other side, on the chosen side for him. Zach Moss has been doing really good, man. I drafted Zach Moss and I let him go just because he was being average. In the last 2 games, he's 18 and 20, I believe, or 18 or something like that. So Moss has been doing really good. Jordan Mason. I hope he has a good game against Arizona. I think Arizona is allowing a couple of runners to go off, so I'm going to go ahead and stick with Jordan Mason right there. Kareem Hunt on the other side. He's questionable. I don't know why he's questionable. He just came in, but Kareem Hunt looks like a great pickup right there, especially with Pacheco's gone for now. And then Steele's not working out too much, man. So if you got Steele, maybe you want to drop him, trade him, or sit him. But I thought Steele was gonna be good, man, but it turns out that he's not really there. I think that he wore down. Maybe he has to grow into his NFL body. Maybe after that. So let's see. He has let's keep going. We have Kincaid playing against the Houston Texans. I think that's really good game for Kincaid, to be honest. He's a big body, big target. He's been coming on in the last few weeks, and I can definitely see Allen going to him. As far as Houston, they have a good defense. So it could turn out to be the battle of the bigs as far as tight ends. It could also be runners. There could also be some runners there. Allen is a pretty good runner. Allen's been going off, man, and he's been using his whole team. So Kincaid is the last one. He's been coming on in the last couple of weeks, but I'm gonna stick to Kincaid just because Kincaid's he's a good target for Allen, and I see him coming on. He's coming on more and more, so I'm gonna definitely go with Kincaid. The tight ends, if you've been following fantasy, you know that the tight ends haven't been doing all that great now. So I'm gonna go stick with whatever I have right now, which is Kincaid. I would say a tight end. What is he playing? He's Nut'krackerz. Nut'krackerz coming on, so I can see how Nut'krackerz. That's a guy that I drafted as well. Nut'krackerz. I dropped him. He was having a couple slow games, but now that Jordan Love is back, he might be getting some points, man. I know that he. What did he have last week? Let's take a look at what he had last week. Let's see, game log. 17 points. As you can see, he had 5, 3, and 4, so I dropped him. But 17 points against the Minnesota Vikings, that's really good. Come on, man. So LA Rams, again, you go to the big targets when you have those tough inner defenses. But the Rams, yeah, he could give you a good couple of points. Let's see. We'll hope not to because he's playing on the other side, but let's go. Xavier Legette, that's another guy that I drafted and I dropped, and then I went after him again because now that Andy Dalton has taken over at the quarterback there at Carolina, I'm excited, man. I'm excited. Andy Dalton, maybe not a better player than Bryce Young, but Bryce Young maybe needs a new start. You know, Bryce Young has been there for a couple of years, and maybe they just ran out of patience. You know, maybe he needs a new start. But Dalton, man, Dalton has always been a professional. You saw what he did his first game. The second game was against Minnesota. So I'm not gonna hold Dalton against that for too much. But I did see that once Dalton came in, you see 7-0-6. Dalton come in, he gets 6, and then right there he goes off against Cincinnati for almost 20 points. I'm expecting for him to have a good game against Chicago just because I feel like that's Andy Dalton's best target right now. I don't know if Deontay Johnson is still questionable, so that's why I'm saying that. So he might have a good game. Xavier Legette, big body, big target. Fairbairn, man, Fairbairn. He's been doing great. He wasn't so hot last week. Who did we play last week? We played Minnesota, and we had 1 point. But other than that, you can see he had 17 points week 1, 20 points week 2. Jacksonville, he only had 6 points, but Buffalo might be a tough defense, which means they might have to stop, kick some long field goals and, you know, some long stops. So 3 points. Let's go, man. I'm going with Kai Fairbairn, man. Seattle, I'm playing Seattle's defense just because they're going up against the Giants, man. I'm hoping that they give me a good outing right there. Cleveland's a good defense. They're playing against Washington, so Washington is a defense that's coming on strong, man. Maybe you want to play Washington. I know they're letting a lot of points be scored right now, but once they settle down, once they start going in there and locking things down, man, that Dan Quinn defense that we're all used to, man, that could pop up there, man. And Chase Daniels, man, you know, complementary to the defense is offense, and offense is complementary to the defense, man. So, you know, I'm a big Cowboy fan. And seeing Dan Quinn leave, you know, I'm not really the type of Cowboy fan that wishes bad on Dan Quinn. I'm actually wishing that he does good so that the Cowboys can see what we missed out on. But hey, man, that's a video for another day, right? So as far as my bench, I got Singletary. Singletary's been good, running back for the Giants, but he's been questionable, and right now he's doubtful, as you can see. So I'm definitely thinking about maybe starting Brandon Allen against the Minnesota. I have a couple of backups right there. Joe Flacco might have a great game against Jacksonville. And Geno Smith, like I said, he might have a good game against the New York Giants. That's a weak defense in Jacksonville. Joe Flacco came in and absolutely lit up Pittsburgh. So I don't know, man. Joe Flacco's he's the thrower of the ball. You know, he likes to throw the ball. So I mean, you know, Taylor's not there, so Taylor's, you know, I believe he's questionable or he's out for the game. So if he's out for the game or if he doesn't play this Sunday, man, I can see how Flacco would throw that ball around. He's a swinger, man. So, I mean, Flacco, he has no points, but look, that one, he didn't start. Richardson was the one starting. So right there with Pittsburgh, man, you got to think about it. He scored 19 points on the Pittsburgh defense that has been going off, man. Pittsburgh's been doing great. So they're going up against Jacksonville, the number two in giving up points. Yeah, man, I think that's going to be a good outing there for Joe Flacco. Let's see what happens, man. Let's see what happens. It's looking like it's going to be a good week. I'm 3-1, and I'm hoping And I'm hoping to keep my little thing going, you know. 3-1 right there, Nut'krackerz. This week I'm up against the Chosen Ones. He's 1-3. I definitely don't want him to win. I definitely don't want him to beat me. So let's see what happens, man. I'm excited. Let's go.